Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Football Takeover. I'm G Talks Arsenal, your host for this evening's show. Obviously, the focus of tonight's show is obviously Arsenal versus Chelsea match preview. We will obviously be talking a little bit about the Champions League draw. Obviously, that happened a little bit earlier today. But first of all, what we'll do is we'll introduce, obviously, my partner in crime, Coach Ali. How you doing, bro?
Yes, boys, not too bad. Busy day at work. Can't complain. About to do a stream with you lads. Life can't get much better.
Nice. Nick, how you doing, bro?
Mate, it is Friday. We got Chelsea coming up. We've had a good draw. I'm all good, my friend. I'm all good, thank you.
Nice. And obviously, last but not least, Neil, how you doing?
Yeah, really good. Thanks, mate. Everyone really good. Nice to see everyone on a Friday night, as usual. Looking forward to the show.
No, definitely. And obviously, we don't want to forget Bobby. Bobby's still on, obviously, the road to recovery, pulling the strings behind. He's obviously prepped the slides for tonight's show. He is in the background. He probably will be replying to your comments and stuff like that if you have any questions. I know some of you love the transfer update, so obviously feel free. The nature of the show is obviously Champions League draw, preview to Chelsea game that's happening on Sunday. But if you do have any transfer questions, if you pop them in the chat, then obviously Bobby will answer your questions as and when he can. I've just manually gone live on X. So yeah, just want to big up everybody in the comments already. I will start putting the comments up as and when I can. So what we'll do is we'll kick off first and foremost with obviously earlier today. I had absolutely no clue the draw was taking place or the draw had taken place. Ali had to send me a message. And then obviously I locked in, saw the draw, and I will kind of reserve my opinion for now. I'll come to you first, Nick. I mean, the draw took place earlier. We've got a tie against Leverkusen. Feel free to obviously let us know your thoughts, obviously, that we are matched up against Leverkusen, and just the general kind of thoughts around where we appear on the side of the draw that we've got.
I think as fans, I mean, we was talking off camera, as fans, that draw puts us all at ease and puts a smile on our face because they all feel achievable, right?
Mm-hmm.
The problem is Leverkusen in the coefficient are the team below us. Barcelona are the team above us. We are ranked 8th. Barcelona are ranked 7th.
Mm-hmm.
Leverkusen are ranked 9th. Bodo Glimt, Sporting Lisbon, Leverkusen are all winnable games, without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Home and away, very winnable. But they all have the opportunity to be a bit like Newcastle, a little bit tight, a little bit of an Achilles, your banana, And I think it's going to have to be that the boys have to be mentally really switched on, well prepared, and willing to be brave enough to go out and show their quality. And I think if they go out there and play how we know they can play, rather than trying to manage the game because the fixtures list is such as it is, and this, that, and the other, that's when you slip up. And I think that's when we have been slipping up. Go out there and win it, boys. We've got the beauty of the away game first. So go out and play with confidence, put your marker down every single time and take it to them. And I feel like each one is like a free hit away from home because all of these are winnable. But we have to respect the opponent. I'm not counting my chickens before they've hatched. So, yeah, very pleased with it, but cautiously optimistic is how I'd describe it.
Definitely. No, I appreciate that. Neil, any thoughts on the Champions League draw?
Yeah. It's the side we would have wanted to have been on, wouldn't it? Let's put it that way. I think, from my point of view, they're all winnable games. The only one that could defeat us is Arsenal, if I'm honest. And I'm going to quote Coach Ali before he says it. Select the right team and win the games. It's as simple as that in that Champions League, because I think, we are, apart from a slip-up or bogey team, better than everyone else on that side. Another thing I would say is I would prefer to face Barca out of those teams rather than Newcastle. Wouldn't want to play an English team at that stage. I think what excited me more was the side that Man City are on and what they'll have to do to get through and to keep going. So I think, really happy with it, and even happier the fact that it makes City's Premier League run-in that much harder now as well. So I'm all for that.
100% with that.
Definitely, definitely. And Coach Ali, obviously you brought it to my attention because I was busy at work at the time. But yeah, give us your thoughts on obviously the Champions League draw and obviously the tie against Leverkusen.
Yes, boys. I believe we're on the blue side of the draw, so that was the side that we wanted to be on. We got that wish, and then I was hoping to get, well, either Atalanta or Leverkusen. As long as we were on the blue side and we got the easier side, I wasn't too fussed. So we got our wish on that front as well. And then, as the boys have said, this is all down to us. This whole season's all about us. How many teams in Europe are on par with us? Bayern Munich, PSG, maybe. They're on the other side of the draw. Barcelona, I think if we play properly and defend correctly, they're going to give us lots of chances. So, listen, at the end of the day, we drew 2-2 against Wolves because we switched off and got lazy. Now, if we do that for 45 minutes against Bayer Leverkusen, we could be out of the tournament. That's the fine margins in the Champions League. That's what happened against Paris Saint-Germain last season. So, we respect everyone. Doesn't matter where they're ranked. And as long as we keep a clean bill of health going into this final stretch in the Premier League, the Carabao Cup, and the Champions League knockout quarters, last 16 and the quarters, I really do believe we are going to be in for an amazing April and May. But Kai Havertz needs to stay fit. I'm sure we'll come on to him shortly. But yeah, for me, I'll go as far as saying we need to get to the final. Because there is no excuses. We've got the better side of the draw. The way the games are seen, the narratives. Nkapia is going back to Bayer Leverkusen. We knocked them out on our journey. Then Mr. Bain himself is going to hopefully play Sporting Lisbon. Quarter-final. It's all set up. The upheaval in the boardroom for him to leave Sporting Lisbon. That's a narrative I would love to see happen in the flesh. And then Victor Gyökeres knocks them out. And then we've got a tie. We've got destiny. We've got history with Barcelona that we need to fix. And hopefully Spurs get knocked out by Atleti, and then we take on one of the Spanish giants in the semis. And then in the final, I predict Man City.
That would be typical, wouldn't it?
Is that Ali gone?
Real Madrid or Bayern Munich. And I think that's where we're heading. That's where we're heading. Man City, Bayern Munich. And I think, what's the other side? PSG. One of those three will meet us in the final, in my personal opinion, at this present moment.
Okay, cool. I mean, the thing is, like, my kind of thought is, like I said, I wasn't even aware that it was happening. I was so busy with work. But for me personally, I mean, if you had to, theoretically, if you had to handpick a side to be in, we got the side.
Right.
If it was a choice of who to play, I mean, we got a favorable draw. I mean, there's no denying it.
Yeah.
We got a favorable draw.
At
the same time, obviously, big up my guy here, Cannon Chatter TV, the original channel that I started with YouTube with my bro Steven. I think this is a very, very important point. Need not to worry about the final, the semis, have to concentrate on the next game. That's all that matters. I mean, this is cup football and it's elite level football. And as Ali said, and as we've all said, we've got to respect our opposition. At the end of the day, if we switch off, if we don't turn up and we don't perform, then we will get knocked out by Leverkusen. There is no two ways about it. And even if we navigate past Leverkusen, we'll get knocked out by either Bodo or Sporting. I mean, Bodo have already proven that they're no team to kind of be overlooked. No. So this is as we've all said, this is all about us. This is all about how we approach the games. This is all about how we utilize our squad. This is all about how many players we can actually keep fit, how many players actually hit form at the right time in the season. But yeah, at the end of the day, looking at that draw, I was happy the side we're in. I was happy the side we're playing. and now it's literally just up to us now. Zero excuses. I personally, if somebody had to say to me, like, what would you expect? I would expect us to make minimum the semi-finals. Bare minimum the semi-finals. I think we have it. It's within our capability to make the final and go on and win the competition. But I'd be expecting Arsenal to make a minimum of the semi-finals. And then, whatever happens at that point. I mean, I've always said you don't have to be the best team in Europe to win the Champions League, and many teams have won it in the past and haven't even been close to being the best team in their country, let alone Europe. So it's a cup competition. We just got to see how it goes, and then we go from there.
But this is the beauty. Just before we move on, I believe we're one of the best teams in Europe this time.
100%.
Top five.
As long as we keep, I'd say top 3. And the reason I say that is because we've brushed aside Bayern Munich, Inter Milan, and Atletico Madrid. So forget the coefficient, because it doesn't sit right with me, because we've been out of the Champions League for many years. So it's going to be lopsided, that coefficient that we have. It's not an accurate reading of where we are as a football club right now in terms of squad and in terms of quality. So for me, Bayern Munich, PSG, and Arsenal Football Club, for me, it's one of us lot that are going to win it, unless it's a crazy half of football, someone gets a mad red card, or gets a glut of injuries. I expect one of those names to be in the final, if not 2. And I'm confident with the side of the draw that we've ended up. Bodo Glimt, fantastic side. They've beaten Man City. Leverkusen have beaten Manchester City at the Etihad. This ain't going to be easy, but if Arsenal play at 100%, we should go through.
Definitely.
We should go through. And one other thing, what Doddsy said earlier about the draw and Man City, I'm buzzing right now, because this is a very, very big weekend of Premier League football. And this will segue into this, but Leeds versus Man City, Arsenal versus Chelsea is a massive weekend of football now. Because the run of fixtures that Man City will have with the Real Madrid games, and then the quarterfinals if they play Bayern Munich, and we get Bodo Glimt, or who's the other one? Sorry, Sporting Lisbon.
Yeah.
Then we're playing. I think they're sandwiched between. If they play in Bayern Munich, they got to play Bayern Munich. Then they got to play Chelsea in the Premier League. Bayern Munich second leg at the Etihad. And they got to play us.
Yeah, the fixtures are mad.
We, like Geeks has said, and like you've said, and I'm sure Doddsy said it as well, one game at a time, of course. I think Steven said it in the chat as well.
Yeah.
But if we look just slightly ahead, in 2-3 weeks' time, we could be in a position where Man City don't have the squad like they used to. So this is going to strain their squad. And before we play them, we could be 1 or 2 points further ahead. But we have to take care of our own business, as Bobby says, and all of us have said all season. So it's all well and good saying this, but the players and the management, they have to put it into action.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
it's great on paper, but we've got to do it in action.
But I do think it does play a big part in players' psyches, seeing our fixtures versus seeing their fixtures. I think both sets of players will be looking at that going, "Oh my God, that's ridiculous."
And one final point before G moves me on is Real Madrid last 16. That second leg is on the 18th of March. That's 3-4 days before the Carabao Cup final. So if Arsenal do the right business in the first leg against Leverkusen away and get a 1 or 2 goal lead,
exactly,
and then we end up, I don't care if we play on the Tuesday, the 17th or the 18th, we will be going into that tie, I hope, with Real Madrid right in it. And if that goes to extra time, fantastic. Our game might end up like that. But if we're trying to be ultra positive and look at every single percentage that we can string out before the Carabao Cup final, that would be amazing.
Yeah,
and they get knocked out by Madrid. We beat Leverkusen. Their legs are going to be drained. Physically, they're going to be drained. There's no better time to play them.
And also, I think
plans out.
City also play their second leg away. We're playing our second leg at home.
Yeah,
traveling and stuff. does play a part.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's gonna be very interesting. That's all I can say. Very, very interesting over the next couple of weeks. We just got to make sure we do our business, and then hopefully the rest falls into place. But we're gonna kick off obviously why we're actually here, because we've got a huge game. Let's park the Champions League for now because we've got a league to win. Fingers crossed. So we've got a massive game on Sunday against Chelsea at home. Head to head here, some of the stats. So all time there have been 214 matches between the two sides. Arsenal wins 87. We've got 61 draws and 66 Chelsea wins. And then we've got 67. What is this? Sorry, all time. So all time matches, we've got 214. Arsenal wins 87, draws 61, Chelsea wins 66. But in the Premier League, obviously where this game is being played, there have been 67 matches, 27 wins to Arsenal, 20 to Chelsea, and 20 draws. So I mean, looking at that, it looks like, particularly in the Premier League, I would say, we slightly edge it with 7 more wins than their 20.
I think they've only beaten us 5 times in the last 27 matches.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, in the recent previous meetings. I mean, if you look at this, you've got obviously, League Cup here. We've got Arsenal 1-0 win, to 2 1-0 wins with a 5-0 drubbing, 3-0 Arsenal win. Then you got the 2-0 Chelsea away. But if you look at most of these fixtures, I mean, it's usually a fixture that in the most kind of previous meetings we really have dominated. I mean, form guide will be quite interesting. So we seem to have our form. It's a weird one, isn't it? Every time we talk about form, because it's like there are times when I look at our form and I'm thinking to myself, like, oh, we're not really in form. We're dropping points. But then I look at it and I'm thinking we've lost 3 games all season. It's always a strange one when I talk about form. Do you know what I mean? It's like here we've obviously smashed Leeds, we've smashed Sunderland, and then obviously we had the 2 results. But even prior to that Leeds game, you had the draws against Liverpool, and then you had the game against Man United. So it's like our form seems to be a little bit like this, but yet we still sit at the top of the table and we've only lost 3 games.
We'll call them little wobbles.
Yeah. So our form is pretty good at the moment. I mean, we smashed Leeds, we beat Sunderland, drew with Brentford, drew with Wolves, and then absolutely smashed Spurs last week. Chelsea's on the other hand, obviously 3-1 win against Palace, 3-2 win against West Ham, 3-1 win against Wolves, dropped some points against Leeds, and then dropped some points again against Burnley. So do you think, I'll come to you because we seem to have lost Ali. I'll come to you, Neil. I mean, going into this match, it's great that we're going into this match just after a 4-1 drubbing of our North London rivals. We seem to be, dare I say it, on the up after 2 disappointing results. They've had some pretty good results, but then the last 2 results have not been so great. Do you think we're the informed side? Do you think this is a good time to play Chelsea?
Well, I prefer to be playing Burnley. But no, listen, I think it's a tough one because, look, we've played Chelsea twice already, albeit not in the Premier League, but we've played them twice already. I don't know whether that gives us an advantage or a disadvantage, really. You can argue both sides of the coin. Do I think that their manager or their coach or whatever he is to them has had the video cameras up over the wall looking at our set pieces? 100%. And that's fine. Let him do what he needs to do. But on current form, look, I think we needed that. We needed that tanning of Tottenham. We needed those goals. We needed Eze to play like he did. We needed Gyökeres to be scoring 2 goals as well. I think it's only good for us going into this game. Do I think... Well, we'll talk about match predictions in a bit. But I think, look, it's not a bad time to play Chelsea. I mean, look, let's get them out of the way. I think we can beat them. But it's probably a good time to play them. Are they going to be on a bounce because they've had 2 draws as well? Let's not forget they're also trying to get top 4. I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a tough game as well, but a good game.
Okay, no problem. We're just going to invite Coach Ali back onto the screen because he's now
There he is.
it's not driving, but he's now at home. I'll come to you, Nick. So obviously you've seen the kind of like head-to-head stats. You've seen the kind of previous meetings. You've seen the recent form guide. How are you feeling ahead of the game on Sunday against Chelsea?
I feel more nervous about playing Chelsea than I do Tottenham because of I've got a real thing. I despise Chelsea. I really despise Chelsea and City are two of the clubs that I despise the most. And I really want us to get it done. The thing that is Chelsea can't sit there because they're starting to lose touch with the Champions League battle. They need 3 points. They need 3 points. They need to come here and get those 3 points. The beauty of that is they've had those financials that have gone out there. Not qualifying for the Champions League would create a disastrous backdrop for what they've got to do going forward. Yeah. So they would be in a real problem. And so that puts its own sort of heat on them. So I feel that we've got a level that we can rise to that Chelsea can't match. It's whether we will get there. They've got some dangerous players.
They got injuries as well, though.
They have got injuries. It is one of those where it's just one of our tougher remaining home games. And it is just kind of a case of that. I want us to start getting games being positive in the first half. I want a positive first half from us. I want us to turn up and really go at them. But Chelsea do make me nervous because they do have the tools to kind of counter-attack and sit there. So yeah, I'm nervous, but I don't.
Yeah, no problem. Coach Ali, obviously we're just talking. We've looked at some of the kind of head-to-head stats. We've looked at obviously previous meetings. We've looked at the form guides. We obviously weren't in great form. And then obviously we recorded a really big win against our North London rivals, whereas Chelsea seem to be in quite good form and then have dropped some kind of, according to Chelsea fans who I've spoken to, really disappointing points against Leeds and then obviously late on against Burnley. Yes. So how are you feeling going into the game this weekend on Sunday?
Yeah, nothing new. Same, different week, same Ali. I'm going to say the same stuff, but listen, this is all about us. I don't care if it's Burnley, Wolverhampton Wanderers, Leeds United or Chelsea. This is all the same to me. I just see it's us. It's all about us. It's all about us. We beat Leeds 4-0. We beat Sunderland 3-0. We were winning against Brentford and messed that up for ourselves. We were comfortable cruising against Wolverhampton at 2-0. Had a brain fart in the last 20 minutes. Just gave them 2 opportunities. They scored 2 goals. And then we went and done what we did at White Hart Lane. So for me, this is all about Arsenal. I think Geeks makes a fantastic point. I think Chelsea will have to come out and be a bit more aggressive than they were in the Carabao Cup semi-final. But they have a lot of defensive injuries, supposedly. I don't believe on any of that. Let's see what happens. And we really do need to press home our advantage, as Geek said. First half is very, very important. We played well in the first half at White Hart Lane.
Yeah, I felt
we wasted chances. We missed
silly mistake.
Elementary chances. There's a stat doing the rounds. Arsenal have the goals that we've conceded this season. 44% have been individual errors of the goals that we have conceded. So
that is crazy.
I'm not shocked by that because that's what's in my head at the moment. That's what I keep getting nervous about.
So I understand why Geeks is nervous on that point of view, and this is why I keep saying, and Dodsey keeps saying, and everyone else,
that's crazy.
It's all on us. 44%,
almost half
of our
the goals we've conceded.
Oh, if you
have been individual errors.
United and Tottenham, we gifted them a goal.
That's appalling.
That's exactly. So let's just quickly, not for too long. So you got Villa Park.
Yep.
Did we gift them one? Maybe I don't know.
Gabriel when he flops on the floor.
Yeah. No, so that was another game, wasn't it? But let's just go. If you go Sunderland away, we probably gifted him something there. White Hart Lane, we gifted them one. Where else have we gifted goals? Wolverhampton Wanderers, home and away.
Yeah, Zubi lost the
Do you know
ball,
what I
didn't
mean?
he?
Zubimendi against Man United in the first half.
Yeah.
Like, these are basic errors. So we're not making, these are errors that we should not be making on a weekly basis type of errors. Do you know what I mean? In terms of structure, G, in terms of, oh, why is he, like, you know, Mustafi doing offside in the Carabao Cup final all those years ago against Aguero? We're not making those type of mistakes. It's like,
No.
just kick the ball away.
Yeah.
In that particular situation. So for me, what are Chelsea going to do? Liam Rosenior, he is a very negative type of manager, I'd say. I think he talks a very good game, but he's not very good at his job, in my personal opinion. He's a rookie, and he's making rookie mistakes.
Manager.
And yeah, so for me, I'm very confident. It's going to be I'll say it's going to be a tight game, but we should win this game. We have to control our nerves and make sure the fans are pumped up. Nice cup. We want it to be a Champions League type of atmosphere, not a Premier League or, you know.
Yeah.
We're just going to have to, like, it's both ways now. Yeah, we're boosted and pumped up with the Champions League draw as fans.
They'll be nervous too.
So let's appreciate our players a bit more and back them from the start. And if they mess up at the end of the game, we'll cuss them. No problem. But,
you know what it is? You know what it is for me? It's like, I'll be honest, it's like this season's been a bit of a strange season for me. Because I've got to the point now under Arteta. You know, one thing I will say, because sometimes I think people think I'm kind of a little bit overly critical of him. But for me, I don't actually go into matches feeling nervous like we're gonna get beat, because we don't often get beat. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm not going into this game feeling nervous that we're going to lose the game. I kind of feel like, you know, it's very unlikely that we will actually lose the game. I have a feeling that, you know, it will either be a draw or we'll go on to win the game. So for me, it's like I'm more nervous about the fact that, you know, will we turn up? You know, how will we approach the game? I want to see us come out and play how we did against Spurs and not switch off. And when I hear, obviously, stats like 44% of the goals we've conceded are errors, I mean, that just blows my mind, because you just think to yourself, like, if we could fix that, or if that didn't happen, what position would we be in right now? Is absolutely insane. We probably have the league wrapped up already. So yeah, I'm not nervous going into the match thinking to myself, you know what, we're going to get outplayed, we're going to get beat at home or anything like that. The nerves comes from the fact that,
is there going to be a decision? Are we going to cock it up? Are we?
Is there going to be a moment in the match where we mess up, where we put ourselves in a position and then we shoot ourselves in the foot?
Absolutely.
That's where the nerves comes from, because the way Arteta has built this squad and set up this team to play, there's very few sides, if any side in world football, that will, home or away, play us off the park and score 2, 3, 4, 5 goals against us. Like, when you think about, like, and I know people say, oh, what a trophy, but you look at our record against the top 6 sides, you look at our record against top sides in Europe, like, we are beating everybody, or we are not losing
fine margins
to these teams. It's literally very fine margin. So I remember there was a time, and, you know,
I know what you're gonna say.
I don't wanna like, you know, put too
we used
much
to get
on Wenger,
smoked.
but we used to get smoked.
How many is it going to be today?
It was literally, the one that still gives me PTSD, like, in the middle of the night, I'll wake up in cold sweats, is that 6-1 against United. Do you know what I mean? Like, I used to literally go into these games thinking to myself, you know what, we're just going to get pumped. We're literally going to get pumped. Whereas I don't have that fear anymore. And literally, I don't, like, even if, you know what, I remember last season, we drew Madrid with the Declan Rice, you know, free kicks and all. And I remember, and I think you was in the group chat, Ali. I think you was in the group chat, or you might not have been, but I said, I don't fear Madrid. And there was like this massive
outright,
like,
I remember.
Oh my God, what do you mean you don't fear Madrid? It's Real Madrid. They've won 15 Champions Leagues. We've not won. I said, I don't give a monkey's, bruv. Like, I don't fear them. And that's not to me to say we're going to beat them. I'm not saying that you know, we're going to win the tie. But what I'm saying is I'm not going into the game thinking to myself,
gonna get
oh, how
pumped.
many we're going to concede, or we're going to get absolutely embarrassed, how we used to get embarrassed 8-10-1 on aggregate against Bayern Munich.
Yes.
The one thing I will take my hat off to Arteta is he has built a side that is very difficult to beat.
Yeah.
Very difficult to beat. And that is a skill in itself. It very much is. You wanna like, you know, you wanna praise Wenger, and Wenger deserves all the praise. He built team after team of exceptionally technically gifted players, and we played football in a really beautiful style. Now that's not Arteta, and that's
No.
fine. But at the same time, what Arteta does, it hasn't yet translated into trophies yet.
Yeah.
But the point is, he's built a side that is very difficult to beat, and
Put
we've
them
played
together.
some really good teams. You know, over the 5-6 years he's been at the club in the Premier League, and
Yeah.
this season we've absolutely strode and absolutely like basically battered every single European side that we played, and we played some really, really good teams. So credit to Arteta. So in terms of this match on Sunday, I'm not nervous about the game at all. I'm not nervous about playing Chelsea. I think we have a better team than Chelsea. I think we have a better manager than Chelsea. We're in a better position than Chelsea. My only nerves comes from the fact that, please, in a big game at home, I just don't want a bozo moment. That's all I'm
Yeah.
asking
Well
for.
said.
I
All of
just
you.
don't want a
Yeah.
bozo moment. If we don't have a bozo moment, I'm telling you, we nick
We
that
should
game.
win. Yeah.
We nick that game. We win it 1-0. We win it 2-1, 2-0. You know, if we really turn up, we can go on to win that game 3-1, 4-1. If we
Great.
really turn up. But this is all about us. This is all about us. You know, making sure we shut up shop at the back, and making sure that we don't make any silly mistakes, in my opinion. Anyway.
Agreed.
For me, as a coach, I would say to my boys, those comments that Liam Rossini made after the game, yes, they are petty about, you know, training on our side of the pitch. And ever since he said that, I've been watching teams warm up, right? And every single keeper coach is in the opposition's half. So that's all BS. And he just wanted to run with that
Just to play
narrative, a bit
games.
like Jose used to
Yeah,
deflect off his own team's performance.
Yeah.
Now, for me this week, I'll be saying to the boys, remember what he said. And if you need extra motivation for this game, can we please shut him up? And let's see what he says after the game.
Yeah.
Because they are there to be beaten.
100%.
We need to slap them up.
Yeah.
We
and this
remember back in the day, boys. When we were down, they used to smoke us.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
and
we
you know
are now in this phase
It used
where
to be
we
like
need to do that
FIFA when
again.
you'd want to do the disconnect win just for to take the 3-0 loss.
Bruv, Coquelin getting barged off like he's a ragdoll at the Stamford Bridge. I'll never forget that.
The more I deep this game, the more this game is like proper, because like
this is a London derby.
God bless my dad's soul, but he was a Chelsea fan, innit?
Oh,
and I
God
remember,
rest
I remember like we used to smoke these guys, and I used to have a whale of a time. I still remember me and him watching the game. I think it was Stamford Bridge when they went 2-0 up and we had the Canu hat trick.
Oh,
and I still remember the Jonathan Pierce commentary, and he's like, I don't care how you want to watch it, whether you go by bus or car or canoe or whatever it was, that hat trick was insane. And then all of a sudden, the oil money, Abramovich came in, and that was it. The whole landscape of English football just completely changed.
And now it's flipped
and
again.
Then we literally, like you say, it went from looking forward to playing Chelsea to dreading playing Chelsea. And hats off to Drogba. In my opinion, I know he has a lot of skeptics, mainly because he plays for Chelsea. People look at his stats. One thing about Drogba is Drogba was a big game player, and he scored big goals in big games. He really, really did. And against us, he was an absolute nightmare. So this game is really important. It is.
Don't say that name.
Not only do we have a league to win, but we need to really, we really need to kind of hit home. They've not had they've had a couple of dodgy results. They've got a new manager. They've had all these financial losses. We really need to turn the screw, I think, this weekend and just absolutely batter them.
They concede a lot of chances as well. So it's going to be like Geek said, hit the nail on the head when he said Chelsea obviously in a top 4 race. Yes. And they got Man United breathing down the necks. They got Liverpool there. Now, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure who Man United and Liverpool have got this weekend. But if those two teams win, because we're the last game of the weekend,
They can't take a point.
A point's not enough for them and what they're trying to achieve. Guys, you got Aston Villa in there.
Yeah.
So you got 2, 3, 4 teams going for 3 spots.
Yeah.
And they're all like 1 point, 2, 3 points each.
Pressure.
They've got to play each other.
Chelsea will be
Chelsea
feeling
in the
pressure.
Champions League. Liverpool are in the Champions League. Liverpool could end up playing Chelsea in the quarterfinals, if I'm not mistaken, in the Champions League. So
they will be feeling the pressure this Sunday, 100%.
It's going to be interesting. And looking at these lineups, they got Tosin in there. Like he's full of mistakes.
Smacking
Gyökeres needs to get on him.
Just on that, gents. Liverpool are home to West Ham. United are home to Palace.
Chelsea are playing us.
Villa are away to Wolves.
Exactly. So, and I think that one of these there might be a game tonight as we're streaming. But
Wolves, Villa.
Yeah. So, with all due respect, going forwards they're very good. But I'm expecting our defenders to be solid, as G said. And then it's all up to our attackers. It's up to Zubi. It's up to Eze. It's up to Trossard, Saka, and all these boys to execute going forwards. And I think we've beaten them twice and drawn once against them this year. So let's make it a hat trick of wins and let's keep it moving.
Yeah. Well, right. Let's get on to the predicted lineups. Obviously, we've kind of seen them. They're on the screen at the moment. Ali's kind of touched upon it already. But I'm going to come to you, Neil. So we've got the predicted lineup for Arsenal. So we've got Raya in goal. We've got a back four of Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, and Nkape. Midfield three of Zubi, Rice, Odegaard, and then a front three of Eze, Trossard, and Gyökeres. I mean, what are your thoughts on that as a predicted lineup, if that's what you see around 3:30 on Sunday?
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think that's that's a great lineup. I mean, I think there'd be one change I'd make if he's available, and that Saka in for Trossard. I'd play Eze on the left, Saka Eze on the left, Saka on the right, and Gyökeres up front. But yeah, really happy. I'd like to see Odegaard and Eze play more together. I think that just creates so many problems, particularly for that back line. And I think now that with our defense, if they turn up, I mean, even if Timber needs another break, I mean, I'm more than happy for Mosquera to come in there right back as well. So, from my point of view, I mean, I'm very, very happy with that side going in.
No problem. Nick, obviously predicted lineup. Thoughts on Arsenal's potential predicted lineup?
Not for me, but I would tweak the formation. So this is where you're all going to shout me out of the stream. So back four is fine. Double pivot of Zubi and Rice, I'm absolutely fine with. I would actually play a front two of Trossard and Gyökeres, play Eze on the left operating channel and Odegaard on the right operating channel, a bit sort of what he does for Norway. And then they can just operate. So they're like both as advanced cam sorts of stuff. They've got the defensive unit there behind them. And I just feel like it would give us something rather than, I'm not so sure about the 4-3. Well, is Bukayo injured then?
I mean, when we go
What's
back,
he saying on our injuries on our slide?
I mean,
was it 92%?
So we've got here. I mean,
he's not even on the list.
He's not even on the list. So we can only assume that actually he's available, but potentially might be benched for the game.
Right.
It's an interesting one. Obviously, our list here is we've got Timber and Havertz at 94%, Zubi and White at 93%, Dalman at 92%, and obviously Marino is very unlikely. So somebody's obviously just put here, Saka is fine, so he should be available. We've heard from obviously Neil and Nick. Coach Ali, what do you like about it? What you don't? Would you make any changes to the predicted?
I'm calm with that. I'm calm with that if that is the lineup. But if Saka's fit, he plays on the right, and then obviously if I have to pick between Eze and Odegaard to start, I'm going with Eze, and then Odegaard can sit on the bench and then come on and do what he does. if Eze doesn't play on the left.
Mm.
One thing I will say about the Chelsea lineup is a lot of my Chelsea fans are saying that this young lad Santos,
Good player.
he's been playing well.
Very good
I
player.
think he was on loan from Strasbourg and came and so
he
on
was
and so
brilliant
forth.
in France last year.
The positive here is obviously James has to play in defence rather than in midfield. Because if we remember going back to the Premier League game, he was in midfield against us at Stamford Bridge and he was causing havoc. So it'll be interesting to see if they play 3 at the back and then James goes into the middle. But again, Cole Palmer, is he going to come back? Is he going to do defensive duties when he doesn't have the ball? I don't think so. Neto, he's hot and cold. João Pedro's on form. Obviously, if you play football fantasy,
he's a dangerous
getting
player.
goals.
Yeah, it's a good team.
So,
it is a good team.
Caicedo runs around, but again, if we can get him on a yellow card early, that's going to restrict his game. And then, again, that lineup there, if it starts very technical, very tactical lineup that with Trossard, Eze, Odegaard, I like it. But if Saka's fit, I think Saka plays. Why? Because he's going to attract 1 or 2 players his way. And then I'm hoping he's going to release the ball and there's going to be runners around him rather than just people standing around. And then he passes sideways or backwards and then everyone complains. So we need to see some overlap running from Timber if he's available and fit, which he should be. And then some underlaps from, I don't know, Zubi in that position or an Eze in those spaces to help Saka out with 1-2 touch football. A bit like we did against Spurs. But this game, again, it all comes down to what are Chelsea going to do? Because if Chelsea sit back, Odegaard and Eze in the same team makes sense.
Yeah.
Are Chelsea going to attack from the first whistle? The way Liam Rosenior thinks, I don't think they will.
Yeah.
He's the type of guy, right, let's give it 45 minutes, stay 0-0, stay in the game, and then in the second half, if there's half an hour left and we're drawing, we'll go for it. Because that's what he done in the Carabao Cup. So why would he go gung-ho and be 2-3-0 down at halftime against us, and then he's lost 3 points?
Yeah.
It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
Do you
know
think
what?
Trossard is enough for James? Sorry, I was just going to ask you, all of you, do you think Trossard is enough for James in this game?
No.
Trossard, what?
Do you always
say
Trossard or Martinelli?
That battle, I'd rather have Trossard.
I was going to say,
technically.
You know what it is? I personally don't like this, if I'm being honest. I think I look at the back 4. I'm happy with the back 4. The only thing I would potentially change, I mean, we have had a bit of a break, so hopefully Timber, because I'm quite
fresh.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with Timber playing on the basis that he's fresh. And then if he needs to come off, then I wouldn't be against seeing Mosquera in at right back. I want to see Eze in the number 10 position personally. And I would go for Saka on the right. And I would probably, it's a difficult one because I kind of hear what Nick is saying about James. At the same time, I kind of feel like early on James would probably be more comfortable against Martinelli. I think Trossard is he is the more intelligent option. So I potentially would have liked to have seen Mosquera, but I think when I think about the fact that we haven't played for about a week, I think it makes sense with Timber. I'm not a fan of Odegaard coming back into the side in the number 10 position, and then Eze going out wide. So for me, changes, I would put Eze where Odegaard is. I would put Trossard on the left, and I would put Saka in on the right. That's just me personally. At the end of the day, if this is the lineup that comes out at 3:30 on Sunday, then it is what it is. I'm not going to lose my head about it. They're all international players. They're all more than capable, but it's just not what I would prefer to go with at the start. We've got to the point in the show where I always call it Marvelous or the Madness. So Bobby goes away and Bobby talks to Bobby's peoples and they come up with not their predicted lineups, but their chosen lineups. So we're going to start with in reverse this time. We'll start with Coach Ali at the bottom there. So you've got a lineup of Raya and goal, a back 4 of Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Hincapié, midfield 3 of Zubi, Rice, Odegaard, and then a front 3 of Saka on the right, Madueke on the left, and Gyökeres through the middle. You need to give me a score out of 10 and a reason why.
I forgot about Madueke. Our squad is looking amazing. I mean, we could have Havertz back as well on this weekend.
Yeah.
It's going to be quality. Max Dowman's back. He's playing tonight.
Yeah.
Hopefully he gets through that game and he can get some minutes and get on our bench. Bruv, this team's... With the players that are available, 7 out of 10.
Yeah. I think 7's fair.
For me, in my head, whenever I look at Zubimendi and Rice, I look at Rice as the 6 and Zubimendi as the 8. That's how I would, if I was the coach, that's how I would play them. And then if
I tell you what it is for me, after the North London derby, I cannot understand any logic or rationale in dropping Eze.
100%.
I can't fathom it. So
I was being kind when I said 7.
Yeah, no, it's not a bad. No, I think 7's fair because it's not a bad lineup. But I genuinely don't understand why anybody in the world would drop Eze after banging a brace against Spurs. Like, it would just make no logical sense.
If Eze's not on that pitch,
aside from Eze, it's a good side. It's a good 11. But the context of Eze scoring a brace, it's like dropping Gyökeres and starting Jesus. It makes no logical sense for me personally. So yeah, I agree, Ali. 7. I think 7's fair. Or maybe too fair. I don't know.
Thank you, guys.
Nick, you've got Raya. You've got a back 4 of Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Hincapié. A midfield 3 of Rice, Odegaard, Eze.
Nah, bro. Not against this
and
team.
a front 3 of Saka, Trossard, and Gyökeres.
Yeah, I'm going to go for... We gave the previous one a 7, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to go 6.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I agree.
Me, I feel we need more control with Zubi in the midfield, and I'm not entirely sure for Trossard. So that's why I'm going one lower.
Facts. You can't have the Chelsea like absolute like ankle biters in the midfield and then have both Odegaard and Eze in there. Just
100%.
I completely agree. Thank you so much for that, Nick. Neil, you've got Raya in goal, a back 4 of Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Hincapié, a midfield 3 of what's with this Eze and Odegaard combination? Rice, Eze, Odegaard, and then a front 3 of Saka, Martinelli, and Gyökeres. Off you go, Neil. Give me a score out of 10 and why.
5. Like the previous one, I think you need more control in the midfield. You've got to have Zubimendi in there. So I would take Odegaard out, Eze 10, Zubi back where he is. And Martinelli, don't start Martinelli. Just get him off the pitch straight away. He can come on as a super sub when we need him. He can come on, score a goal. Eze pop the ball through. 5.
Facts, no problem. Back to you, Coach Ali. You've got Raya in goal, back 4 of Timber, Saliba, Gabriel with Calafiori coming at left back, midfield 3 of Zubi, Rice, Eze, and a front 3 of Saka, Madueke, and Gyökeres.
We can't have Calafiori and Madueke left back and left wing. That is for sure. So
it's better than my one,
bro. I was looking at the team thinking Hincapié is in there. If Hincapié wasn't there, I would have given it an 8 or 9. Because I don't mind Saka being on the left or the right with Madueke on the other side to pin back, as Geeks was saying earlier, Reece James, you know?
Yeah.
But for me, I'll give this a 6 because with the players that we have available, we need... your players and Madueke are the power, the pace and power, right?
Yeah.
And then you got Saka with the technical ability, Eze with a bit of both, Rice. 6 out of 10 for me.
No problem. Thank you, Coach. Nick, you've got Raya in goal. You've got a back 4 of Mosquera in at right back, which I like. Saliba, Gabriel, Hincapié. You got a midfield 3 of Zubi, Rice, Eze, and a front 3 of Madueke, Saka, and Gyökeres.
I don't hate this one. I don't mind Madueke trying to go up against Saka. James, or Saka left, whichever way we want to do that. Mosquera wouldn't be my choice, though. I would go with Timber, so I would probably give that a solid 7. It's a good 7.
Yeah. No, good side. I like it. Like I say, I'd kind of, if Timber's ready, obviously Timber plays, but yeah, I understand why you gave it the score you did. And lastly, Neil, you've got Raya in goal. You've got a back four of White, Saliba, Gabriel Hincapié. You've got midfield three of Norgard, Rice, and Eze, and then a front three of Madueke, Saka, and Gyökeres. So a bit of rotation from this one.
Yeah, I mean, look, I wouldn't be upset with Madueke, Saka, and Gyökeres. Seems to be a bit of a theme amongst Bobby's men coming out tonight, the boys coming out tonight. Yeah, Norgard in. I don't think it's the right game to put Norgard in, if I'm honest with you. But I don't. Again, I wouldn't be sad if I saw his name on the team sheet, because I think he is a good enough player to come in and do that. He's done it for several seasons for Brentford, played in that midfield and bossed the midfield. So I wouldn't be upset with it. I just think everyone's had a week off. I think they're going to start our strongest side. Timber's had even more time off. So I think he goes really strong. I mean, I rate the lineup. I don't think it's an awful lineup. I'd probably give it a 7. But for me, I would do what I think Arteta's going to do, and I would play Zubi, to be fair.
Yeah, no, fairs. I mean, we've reached the stage now, obviously, of the show where we're going to do score predictions. Just want to big up Bobby in the background, pulling the strings, having all the slides ready for us tonight. Wish you continued speedy recovery. Thank you for everybody who is watching, everyone who's commenting. Please, can you pop your score predictions into the chat, and I will bring the score predictions on the screen. We'll start with you, Nick. I mean, where is this game won, and what do you predict the score to be?
Okay, I think where we are better than them, without any question, is goalkeeper and defence. So where the game is most competitive, I think, is midfield. I think where it is interesting and finding balance is in attack. I think our defence deals with their attack better than their defence deals with our attack. Depending on the personnel and how we go about the game from the first half. I want to make them uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I think either team that is holding a lead going into the 70th minute onwards could stretch that by a goal. So it could be a 2-goal win, but I'm going to go for a tight 2-1. I just think it'll be a late goal brings it closer. So I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal. I'll come to you, Coach Ali. So how do we win this game, and what's your score prediction?
This is the London derby. This is what I said before the Spurs game. I'm not interested about Tottenham. This is the game. And to be honest, I really do believe if Arsenal play to their maximum capacity and ability that they have mentally and physically, we will win this game by 2 goals. So I would like a clean sheet, to be quite honest. And I'll say 2-0. But Chelsea could quite easily get one themselves. It all depends on how we approach the game defensively and how we look after the ball in and around our area. That is also going to be key, because if we've noticed the last few games, we haven't looked after the ball correctly against Wolves in those areas, and Spurs. Because that push on Gabriel, that on another day, that may have been given. It was a foul, but it was soft.
Yeah.
So we can't be making these mistakes. And I've been saying for a while, our defense needs to sort it out, because our attack is actually doing what it needs to do. If you're averaging 2-3 goals a game, why are we letting in 1 or 2?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me. So that's why I've gone for 2-0. It's a tough game. It's going to be a great London derby. They're going to be up for it. Their fans want to put a spanner in our title hopes. This is what we're up against now. Teams want to beat us, not for 3 points, but they want to beat us because they don't want to see us win the league.
Facts. Yeah.
So we need to make sure that in that stadium, the fans do their bit and the players then follow suit and perform from the first whistle to the 97th, not the 95th or whatever it's going to be,
all the way to the end.
all the way to the end. Because if we're winning 2-1 again and we concede in the last minute, you're going to see a different side to Coach Ali again. There's no need. Focus and do the basics.
Yeah.
It's not hard. So I would say 2-0, but it's going to be a tough game.
Fairs.
And one thing I'll finish with is their midfield is very durable. A lot of energy, a lot of running around. There's a very physical side they're going to put out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because they're missing a lot of technical players apart from Cole Palmer. Fernandez, has he got the legs? Santos is known to be quite physical. As Caicedo, we know what he's going to bring. So midfield is key. You said to Geeks earlier, win the midfield battle, we win this game.
Yeah.
Facts. Definitely. I think, the breakdown of where we are strong as opposed to where they're weak was actually quite interesting. Because when I was looking at the lineups, I'll come to you in a second, Neil. When I was looking at the lineups, I was looking at it and I was thinking, they look dangerous in attack, but I feel like our defense can cope with them. Yeah. But defensively, our attackers should be having an absolute field day.
If we play centrally again.
With that back four. There is no way that back four should be keeping our attackers quiet at home Sunday afternoon. Absolutely no way. And our midfield with Zubi and Rice, just like how they controlled it in the North London derby, I have a confidence that we'll control the midfield. I have a confidence we can cope with their defenders, as long as we don't have their attackers, as long as we don't have no bozo moments. But their defense, our attackers should be rubbing their hands together and going, listen, especially Gyökeres should be thinking, listen, I can get myself another 2, potentially 3 goals this weekend.
The thing with this Chelsea side, you have to win the second and third balls in midfield. Because if you don't, they're going to turn it over and they're going to be at our goal. So midfield is the key. Declan Rice and Zubimendi have to put in man-of-the-match performances in this game for us to succeed. Right? So this ain't a cup game where they're going to come at us in the last 3 minutes and then we score on the break. We have to break them down and be very mindful of what they're going to do on the break, because they are miles better than Spurs. Caicedo, Santos, all day long gets into that Spurs
speed
team.
they can attack at.
Exactly. So they'll break and it'll be vertical passes, bang bang, 3 passes, and they're out our goal. So our one-to-one defending has to be good, and we need to make sure we suffocate them in large periods of this game in their half with the ball. And then have the balls to take shots from outside the box. Don't just tap it around in a U shape, whatever, horseshoe or whatever they call it these days. Take the shot like we did against Sunderland and try to get ahead by putting the ball into the danger zone.
Definitely. And Neil, we'll come to you. So how do we win this game, and what is your score prediction, mate?
I'm glad you left me to last, because I've been umming and ahhing about this game. Like you guys have said, I wasn't worried about the North London derby. This team. Firstly, I hate their manager. This guy's a dick. Like,
the manager.
I am hoping that our goalkeeping coach is standing right in his half when he comes out. But from my point of view, where I think we win this game is actually our press. Their goalkeeper is shaky, and so is their defense when they press properly. So that may be in Arteta's thinking on Odegaard, on the selection of Odegaard, because we are a better pressing team with him in it. Now that's not to say that he will start, but I think with Odegaard pressing, their goalkeeper with Vic up front, I think that's where I think they'll be vulnerable, and I think we'll make a goal. But like you guys all said, we can only defeat ourselves in this game. I am worried, like Caicedo. I'm more worried about injuries, to be honest with you, with Fernandez, Caicedo, They're just a
Oh,
bunch.
yeah.
They're just a bunch of gormless thugs, to be honest with you. But yeah, for my match prediction, and I hate saying this because I'm normally the guy that's right there with us 20 goals again. Like
Oh,
2-1 to us. But
2-1
I
to
think
you
the
say
Arsenal.
2-1.
2-1 to the Arsenal.
2-1 to the Arsenal.
But I do think it's going to be a tough game.
Yeah.
And it's going to be one of those defending to the ends. Eventually, Gabriel throwing his hands up in the air saying we won the game. But it is going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough game this weekend.
Saliba's got to be on it.
Yeah.
Airily.
Yeah. I think for me personally,
Hmm.
I think it's a game we win. I think our defense has to be absolutely on point because they have weapons. They really, really do. They have players that can score goals. Neto is dangerous.
Yeah.
Pedro is dangerous.
Yeah.
Palmer is dangerous. You know, they will make it a scrap in that midfield. So our midfield have got to be up for the fight, which I know they will be. So my only concern is that defensively we don't switch off. So as long as we can keep their forwards quiet, I think we win this game. I think it might start a little bit techie, a little bit nervous, but I think by the 90th minute, I think we win this game. Exactly what Mohamed Zakaria says. I think we win this game 3-1.
I would
like
love that.
I think they could potentially even take the lead. I think it could even be 1-1 at some point. But I think over the course of the 90 minutes, I think we win this game, and I think we win this game by 2 clear goals. I genuinely cannot see that defense, the Chelsea defense, coping with our press and coping with our players, the players we have up top. I really just can't see it. And I think that's where the game's going to be won. I think our defense is going to be more capable of keeping them out than they are going to be of keeping us out. And that's my opinion. Ali, did you want to say something before we wrap up?
Yeah, I like from what you boys have just said there also, I think a point that is very, very important to bring back up what we did earlier is I think the results over the weekend before we get to the actual kickoff is also going to be very important.
Impact,
because
Gonna
I'm
play a
actually
part,
I
yeah.
want Man United to win this weekend. I want
Yeah.
Liverpool to win this weekend
Yeah.
because that is going to then
Pressure.
show us because Leeds might get a draw and that'd be amazing. But Man City are favourites to win that game. So we could be 4 points ahead or 2 points ahead, whatever it's going to be, right? So we know our remit. But for Chelsea, that is also true. That's what Wally said. But for Chelsea, for me personally, let's see what their manager does. Does he take the cautious approach, knowing that he's dropped points against Leeds and Burnley, and then he's going to go defensive against us and play on the break? Or is he going to be a little bit more aggressive with his approach like he would be in Europe?
Bring it.
Because I want them to attack.
Yeah, bring it.
I want them to please attack us from the first whistle. And let's see. Let's go blow for blow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Band for band.
And
let's see what happens. Because if it's a
knockout one,
we're going to swing it. Because if that happens, it will end up being like Bayern Munich. Because Bayern Munich, if we can do what we did to Bayern Munich, we can do that to Chelsea. We've done it to Atleti. Look what we've done to Spurs. Spurs are not as good as Aston Villa or Chelsea. But look what Villa tried to do in the second half against us. They went player for player, man for man. Let them go man for man, and let's see what we can do. And Bobby is right. When we do have a week's break, we do kind of start slow. And that's an excuse that I'm not accepting anymore. Because we're in the business end of the season. We've got 10 games left. So whenever there was 10 games left as a kid growing up, I knew my Arsenal, they needed to win. I don't know. Remember the Koscielny West Brom 3-2? They'd go on a run and win 9 and draw 1. That's the type of run that we need. And we have to keep putting the pressure on Man City, and hopefully they will drop points. But if Man City do win, we stay calm, collected like we did against Spurs, And if Liverpool and Man United win and Aston Villa win, I'm going to be very interested to see how Liam Rossini as a manager takes that challenge on. Because the Chelsea fans are not going to be happy with him sitting back for the whole game and just playing on the break and then end up losing. Because they're going to start questioning him as a coach, because he done it in the Carabao Cup. That was embarrassing enough. Look at their reactions afterwards. If they do the same and they end up losing 2-0 playing in a negative manner against us,
going to be interesting.
What's going to happen there?
Yeah.
He'll get the sack before the end of the season because they need to finish in the top 5.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be an interesting game, that's for sure, man. Just want to obviously thank everyone for watching. Bobby, can you do your thing? There we go.
Thank you for having me back. It's a pleasure to come on to see you guys. Have a chat, and you can find me on Football Takeover, in the Football Takeover Discord, as well as X as well. And come on a weekend.
That was Stephen Hawkins' guest appearance on the Football Takeover there. You can find me.
Has he got OG Brady's Wi-Fi tonight?
He's having a sleepover. So you can find me on the Football Takeover. Look out, we're coming up with a new episode that we're going to be releasing to video called Football Broke Down, where we discuss all and anything in football, and that'll be a composition of different people who appear on the channel. So make sure you have your notifications on and keep an eye out for that. Thank you very much, Bobby, and come on the Arsenal.
Yeah, well said, geeks. We will be coming out with a new show called Football Breakdown. We'll be doing that'll be a recorded video. So we'll probably be popping that out, hopefully anything between once or 3 times a week, depending on what we get done. And whoever's on, it'll be a panel of 2. And whoever's on, I'm sure they'll be giving their great opinions. But yes, you can find us here on YouTube, Football Takeover, on X, TikTok, and Instagram. It's Football TK Over. Please do share, like, and subscribe. Bobby, delivering bangers, even though we're talking about Chelsea and Champions League news. He delivered again this evening. So top man, I hope your recovery is going well, my brother, and hopefully see you back on screen soon.
Yeah, just want to echo what everybody said. Obviously, thank you to Neil and Nick for being our regular panelists on the Football Takeover. Want to big up Bobby in the background, pulling the strings, getting the slides ready for us. As Ali said, wishing you a continued recovery, and we can't wait to have you, but only when you are ready, my friend. Just want to big up everybody who is watching, everybody who's taken their time to put a comment. I brought them all up on the screen. Just to let you know, we do have a Discord. So if you would like to join Discord, if you know somebody who's in the Discord, just get them to send me a DM on Discord, and I can forward a link that you can use to join. We've got almost 130 Arsenal fans in there from all over the world. If you don't have Discord, you don't know how to use it, but you have an X account, if you just search up G Talks Arsenal, you'll see me there. You can send me a DM and I can then sort you out how to download the app and obviously join the Discord. I am G Talks Arsenal. You can follow me on X. Otherwise, you can just find me at least once, twice, maybe 3 times a week on the Football Takeover here on the YouTube channel you're watching, depending on obviously how many games we have. Please do take the time to like this video on YouTube. Head over to YouTube and subscribe to the channel. We will be back on Sunday. So I'm in London tomorrow celebrating my sister's birthday, which is why we were originally going to do this show tomorrow night, but I won't be around. And fingers crossed, we'll be driving back early-ish on Sunday. So we will be back for a kind of instant-ish reaction at 6:45 p.m. on Sunday evening. So the game kicks off at 4:30, and then shortly after the game concludes, we will be back for our match reaction on Sunday at 6:45 p.m. And that's it, really. I mean, thank you to everybody once again, and we will see you all on Sunday. So yeah, let's hope we can get the 3 points. Let's hope we can stay top of the league, and we move. Come on, you Gunners.
Let's go.
Have a good evening, everybody. Take care.
Guys.
Bye-bye.
Vamos.